Join ForumIAS Academy, trusted by hundreds of toppers, including IAS Rank 1 Anudeep Durishetty, Shruti Sharma, and Ishita Kishore.
Hello everyone, welcome to the series Key Concepts of Anthropology. Today, I am going to discuss with you symbolic anthropology, or you can also study it as symbols and cultures. Now, what do we mean by this term? Firstly, the broad framework around which this school of thought revolves is the term symbol. What do I mean by symbol? Symbol stands as a representation of a specific culture, or it can belong to a particular cultural tenet, right? It can have a material existence, and it is a part of the belief system of the people. I hope you understand the meaning of the term symbol. Therefore, there have been a lot of anthropologists who pointed out to this very idea that the very ability of human beings and the capacities of their brain to analyze the interrelationship between the symbols and the culture is very unique. It is not seen in any other animal species in the animal kingdom. It is something which is unique to Homo sapiens. And what does this mean? That we have a particular capacity to interpret things with respect to a symbol. One of the most basic examples which we can try to understand over here. So one is the example of a Rakhi, and second is the swastika. Right? Now, if I try to delineate what is a Rakhi, for some people it is a thread, for some people it is an ornament, and the cultural underpinning behind Rakhi is that it represents the brother-sister relationships. And if I go to the root of this very idea, that why do we essentially see that a brother needs to protect his sister? Because traditionally in the Hindu society, it is believed that it is the brother who inherits the entire paternal wealth. And therefore, it is a moral obligation of the brother to support his sister whenever in need by any sorts. That explains me the cultural idea behind tying a Rakhi. Whereas if I look at the symbol Rakhi itself, it is just a thread for some people, or it could be an ornament, since we have decorative Rakhis as well. Similarly, there's another symbol I would like to discuss with you, the swastika. Now for Hindus, this stands to be a very sacred symbol, no? It's very sacred. Whereas if you go to Germany, it is considered very derogatory to even quote Hitler or Nazism or this symbol. It's considered very derogatory. Why? Because it is a symbol of the racist impurge which was done by the Hitler during the Nazi period. So one swastika is having two different cultural annotations, though the representative character of the symbol might look same. I hope you understand this. So therefore, symbols can inherently mean different things to different people. And symbolic anthropology as a school of thought, so when it was, it incepted in the form of a school of thought, there was a lot of processing done on the very idea that what do symbols mean. So we had Sherry Ortner, who gave the idea of key symbols. We had Victor Turner. We had Clifford Geetz. Though Clifford Geetz is more pronounced scholar of interpretative school of thought, they are interrelated. And he's very famous for the idea of thick description. If you look at the very term, what would thick description mean? Below the superficial idea of a symbol, there is some cultural description or cultural understanding or belief below it. And that belief can vary from country to country or from place to place. That is the very idea of thick description. That even if I am an anthropologist, a researcher who is researching on symbols being used by a particular society, I should not just have a eye for thin description where I talk about what the symbol is. No, I should go for thick description where I am able to also identify the underlying facets behind the usage of that particular symbol. And therefore the term thick description has been used over here. So these are the scholars, anthropologists who have worked in the domain of symbolic anthropology, whose very idea was to bring the idea of cultural and symbolic interpretations to our table. One example I would like to give over here from anthropological lens. So there's a tribe called 𝐴𝐻𝐻 whose way of life revolves around cattle. And they were studied by Evans Pritchard, an anthropologist. You'll study about them one by one. So here, cattle was the symbol of this particular tribe. Why so? Because their way of life itself was centered around cattle. Their routine, their sacred complexes, their worship, their way of life, their agricultural paradigms, pastoralism, because cattle is the mainstay of their economy. So therefore, it is a very important symbol, right? This is the meaning of symbol in symbolic anthropology as a school of thought. So therefore, what would symbolic anthropology study? That what kind of inferences, interpretations, and interactions do the symbols and the human beings from different cultures have at different points in time, and what do they understand by it? What do they mean by it? So that comes to the forefront with the interpretative school of thought. Okay, because there might be one symbol, but two different interpretations, like we had for the swastika. I hope you've understood this. More discussions on this will follow as a part of the classes. Thank you.